here. It's called Carcium, The Conflict Begins. You can find a lot of information on carcium.com for it, but it's about a young prince who loses his kingdom, and now he has to go on a quest to get it back.
Really? Well, who's going to be reading your book? Who was an inspiration as well?
Well, who's going to be reading my book is, I think, everybody. Young adults, boys, girls. There's a princess in the book, and also older people are going to be reading. Anyone 35. A friend of mine came up to me. He read it. He just loved it, and he's not even a fantasy fiction fan, and he just loved the book.
Is it reminiscent of any of the popular movies or books out now?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like in between Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. It's kind of right smack in the middle of that.
And I don't see any medieval knights or castles around, so did you live, or how did you come up with the ideas for the characters and everybody in the book?
Well, in New England there is some of that. I mean, if you look around, there is something out. This is an old area. It's New England's 300 years old, 200. So there is castles. Old Newgate Prison I went to as a young kid. I remember that. That was exciting for me. You can go to different places like Sturbridge Village is a little bit older. It's like I enjoy that kind of stuff. The outside. I love the outside, like the mountains. I grew up out in Hamden. There was nobody out there, so we created worlds like in the forest, and there's a lost forest in the book. So the inspiration was there from New England. There's some inspiration.
What is your background, and where do you live, and where did you go to school?
Well, my background's grew up in Long Meadow. I live in Feeding Hills right now, and I actually you look out my window and you see a mountain, so it's kind of like the book even right there, So I grew up in New England. I love it here. I love New England. I love the weather. I love the season changes. So it gives you, I think you get a lot here.
And what's your background? What have you been doing for the last couple of years, or been working on this or other writing projects as well?
Well, my background is I've owned a restaurant for the last 10 years. And I've worked in the restaurant business, which kind of helped because at night when I'm waiting to close my restaurant, that's when I do a lot of my writing. I'm a songwriter. I grew up a kid. I love playing guitar and I love writing music. So I've been writing since I can't remember, since I've been like 12 years old.